So I don't know if this is recording the audio or not, but we had decided going into the match to stick together as a group, have me and the Massachusetts tank damage, try to have Mark flank ahead, anticipating to put torpedoes into whoever moves forward to push me out, and Nikki to use hydro and just her general maneuverability to focus destroyers and kind of scout for me as far as torpedoes, the torpedo threat went. We were a little confused going into the match here because we weren't certain whether to proceed. We know most teams at this point had been pushing straight forward, and that we didn't think that was a good strategy overall, so we kind of hesitated for a second here before deciding to flank around towards the B cap and come in from the side, that way using the large island that you see at like D5 and 6 to provide some cover for us on the flank. So that's what we decided to do. And I guess for anybody in the clan that's watching this that wasn't participating, it's Nikki and her Prince Eugen. Mark's got his Benson for the better AA, and of course we got John and the Lexington. And up until this point, we'd been kind of playing it more like a random match the previous 3 battles we played, and
Contact.
it hadn't gone well, so we were taking the approach of really trying to stay as a group early on, benefit from the AA bubble, overlapping AA bubbles, and just kind of push in together. And basically split up and get closer to the objective.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
I think you can kind of see here some evidence maybe that the enemy team CV player wasn't as skilled as John is, so we were lucky to have a good CV player with us. Not all clans, small clans like us would have that. We had also talked about how we were prioritizing our targets earlier on. Obviously the destroyers are our top priority if they're available, but I was going to focus cruisers where I can, so I can more quickly take out a Prince Eugen, for example, than that bow on Massachusetts. The hope is that eventually Mark will be able to work his way around and put that bow tanking battleship. See here at the park for Massachusetts and just become the focus of the enemy fire is working quite well. Got the Massachusetts in secondaries focusing on me instead of Mark or Nikki, which frankly they'd be a lot more effective against. And at this point trying to decide what the best target is, it's kind of hoping for the destroyer to pop up. Broadside, Massachusetts is a tempting target. There's our first spread of torpedoes. Nikki's done a really great job of scouting those for me. Massachusetts is still sitting broadside, so taking the shot. You see Nikki makes some pretty great torpedo beat there on the next spread of torpedoes. And from my point of view, more importantly, shows me where I need to put my ship. Take that full spread of torpedoes. At this point, I'm asking for help. You can see Mark throwing some smoke down to give me a little bit of a break. My intention is to move up, try to use the island and the smoke for some cover, and get a heal or two off. Try to recover some of my health. And Mark's done a great job of laying the smoke, and he gets himself under some hard cover. And he's still under my AA umbrella between the Benson's pretty formidable anti-air and mine. Hopefully is relatively safe. I wasn't going to fire, but that broadside Prince Eugen was just too tempting a target. Now there's not a broadside Prince Eugen, so that worked out really well. But now I really have to hug the island because I'm detected again. smoke firing penalty for Massachusetts is like 13 kilometers, so every ship on the enemy team is inside it at this point. And at this point, we're just, now that we can see the destroyer, we're focusing on the destroyer. We have the cap. It really forces the enemy team to try to do something to dislodge us or to take the other cap. It's basically on them. So as they do, we're just going to try to pick them off one at a time. I got a little greedy here. I probably should have stayed put. I move up to try to get my forward guns at Massachusetts. Also makes me able to be hit by him, but we're talking in chat. You know, we got John sending torpedo planes here. Mark and his Benson with torpedoes. They have to force them. So I just back up under hard cover, and the hope is that Massachusetts will keep coming out broadside past that island, small island far ahead of me, and I'll be bow on with getting the best, benefit of my armor, and he'll be broadside on, and basically at that point it's just a matter of time to whittle him down. And he recognizes the threat, and you can see he tries to stop, but yeah, he's basically put himself into a crossfire. He's got torpedo bombers coming from John, Mark coming with the Benson from the other sides, so he either can stay put and be torpedoed by them, or move forward and expose himself to cannon fire. So at this point I'm just trying to inch forward and just put what rounds I can into it. And you can see the torpedoes coming at two different angles. And the Massachusetts driver really doesn't have a good option at this point. And he's faced with the same choice I had before. I mean, I don't know that firing at the Benson's a great target for him either, but his choices are fire at the Benson or a bow on Massachusetts. So it's just, there's no good options for him. John gets the kill here, coming in with a bombers. And at this point, the game's completely and totally won. So long as at least one of us lives. Mark, after the torpedoes down, had already beelined for the A cap, was almost captured, and at this point, so by the time the Massachusetts goes down, about to have both caps. I come out. I had been hesitating to fire out because I wasn't expecting to lose more health, and I wanted to see what the aircraft carrier was going to do. I thought there was a chance he might try to torpedo me while I was stationary. He threw his planes at the Benson, which means he's losing a lot of planes. Here we were uncertain, I was uncertain at least, of the speed of the carrier.
Problem solved.
So I expected him to be running faster than this, so I overled the target. John reminded me after this next salvo, the salvo here, that the carriers lose a lot of speed in a turn, so even though he may be trying to go flank speed, he's losing all of his speed trying to evade Mark. So I adjust my aim, and with the expected results here in a second. I think I get at least one Citadel on the carrier. I don't finish him off. I think Mark actually is the one that gets the kill, but you can see, as Jingles would say, that's a paddle in.